Hey guys, it's me Noah from Team 1 Inch. We're here doing a discussion after the common challenge of this week. So I actually wanted to talk about something that's actually circulating between a lot of players and is going to have a huge impact on the game. So I wanted to talk about the new Pendulum Summoning and the rules that are coming to the OCG. So the first one I wanted to talk about is the player who goes first can't draw. So what do you feel like that's going to do to the game?
It's gonna make it more fair, I guess.
Yeah, because the person who gets the higher roll on the dice or get the better rock paper scissors mechanics will win. Usually.
I guess, but I mean, I feel like without a first draw, it negs a lot of players because they have to use more cards from their hand, and they're not getting that like first turn. Oh look, I need like an upstart goblin, or if I'm playing Boojins, I need that Yamato.
Yeah, but like,
and you don't automatically just draw.
Maybe you do have an upstart in your hand. Ooh.
Well, I mean,
I'm like when people usually go first, it usually like lets them set up and like just counter the opponent's cards usually.
So I guess we can consider that one balanced. So the next rule that I wanted to talk about was both players can have a field spell card on the field site at the same time. Who wants to talk? Oh, I'm going to go first. That's busted. Why? So I can have Necro Valley on the field while my opponent has something like Zombie World or Seal of Orichalcos, because Seal of Orichalcos is seeing a lot of play. So I mean that's going to be really interesting to watch because they're kind of like conflicting ideas.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that's pretty bad.
I mean, I don't know why they're doing this, and especially because in the this is going to hit the OCG players more than it hits us. It'll only hit us at like events like regionals and YCSs. So I want to know why they're doing this, because if they go with OCG rulings and people have Ravines, they can make changes to their decks. And with Ravine and something like Necro Valley or Seal of Orichalcos, what it does is it completely negs each other.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing this, but I think it'll be kind of interesting to see. I wonder how this is going to have a large effect on the game, especially because we get a ban list next month.
Yep, the March ban list.
Ooh, that March ban list. I'm actually really excited for that ban list. I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to bring back, what they're going to hit.
Maybe even Stratos.
Will come back?
So guys, let's face it. They hit Stratos because they don't like budget play. Heroes is a budget deck that you can literally pick up for like less than $60.
I think they were just smoking, but go on.
No, they hit their deck because it's budget. Konami doesn't want budget players entering large events and winning. It makes them look dumb.
Whatever you say.
Spellbook of Fate, Lego.
Yeah, I mean, that huge thing of putting Spellbook of Fate to 1, that was a really smart idea. But it encouraged prophecy play.
I can revolve it all around the world, and I keep getting it every single turn.
Tower? Second draw phase?
Secrets.
Master.
Well, I mean, I feel like Master's the more broken card.
Yeah.
Because you have Blue Boy to search for secrets. Secrets to search for Masters. Masters into whatever else you need, most likely going into the tower.
Mm-hmm.
So the deck essentially goes +4 by itself.
Yeah.
And with the secrets, you can search the Blue Boy. So the next thing, if they're going to hit prophecies, I think what they should do is they should hit either secrets or they need to hit Blue Boy. Oh no, not hit secrets. Hit Masters or hit Blue Boy.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh yeah, and then last but not least, I wanted to talk about Pendulum Summoning. We have confirmed on how it's going to work. It's using your spell and trap zone, but the directions aren't clear enough so where we can picture what it's going to be like to play. I actually think it's going to be really interesting because last time when we got Xyz, we got the first ones we got were Utopia, Granosaurus, and Gotchi. And Utopia and Gotchi did see a lot more play. Gotchi just saw a lot more play because of frogs than Utopia, because at the time, Utopia was kind of just like, oh, you activate Mirror Force? I'm gonna chain Utopia's effect. You just burned a Mirror Force. So I'm kind of interested to see what they're gonna do with this. Oh, so we actually do have some of the Pendulum Monsters revealed. I'm gonna talk about some. So we've got Astronomic Magician. He's a dark spellcaster. Pendulum Monster, obviously. Effect. He's a scale 1. I don't really know what that means.
So he's the dark magician of the new set.
So he's,
Yeah.
Just like
That's pretty
Gaga
interesting how it
magician.
top is like all like how it's like a normal monster, and then the bottom is like
A magic.
magic.
The gathering card.
That's pretty interesting.
Did you just say the M word? He said the M.
We'll deal with him later after the video's over.
You're gonna be noobs.
Ooh.
You're gonna be
Anyways,
lynched.
So what this Pendulum Monster does, if your Pendulum Monster battles, your opponent cannot activate spell cards until the end of the damage step, which will mean no Lance, no Book of Moon. It's not as great as it used to be, but it will have an effect on the game.
That's actually pretty good.
If your
GG.
other Pendulum Zone does not have Matsujishi
Pendulum
card
zone.
or Odd Eyes card, then this card's Pendulum Scale becomes 4.
Pendulum scale?
I don't know.
Pendulum zone? What? They're gonna make it a new map.
Ooh, this will actually be interesting to see when we get the paper mat with that trial deck that comes out in March. So we'll get a better understanding of the
and
Pendulum
a new
Zone.
mat that we actually need.
Like
Ooh, yes.
buddy fight. My buddy zone.
And I guess they also have monster effects, and its monster effect is once per turn. When one Pendulum monster you control is returned to your hand by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon one monster with the same level from your hand. I don't really know what that's going to do, but I'm assuming that's going to help you set up to re-Pendulum Summon. Do you?
Wait, is this like gonna be like on extra deck, or it's gonna be like on hand, like the Pendulum Monsters?
I'm assuming
I
it's
don't
going to
know.
be like an extra deck, especially because there was rumor not too long ago that we might actually get a boost to the side deck, extra deck, or main deck. That was never actually confirmed, but I mean, it could happen, and I mean, it'd be interesting to see happen with the new
Minimum
Pendulum
50
stuff.
cards, Lego.
How would you feel if this card was actually like from your hand? You can like summon from hand these Pendulum Monsters.
I feel like that'd kind of be a neg 1. So let's talk about decks that are technically being considered top tier right now. Let's talk about Bujin's, Fire
Prophecy.
Fist, Prophecy.
Yugioh.
Geargia is actually seeing a
Geargia
lot more
Conquering.
play. I don't know.
Mermail.
I don't know, because Mermail's seeing play, but it's not like huge.
Yeah, it's not like how it used to be. Like a lot of people
What
playing
else
it.
is...
Well, I mean, like, to be honest, like, if you're
Oh,
playing...
frogs.
Yeah, I mean, Frogs are still a budget deck that everybody eventually ends up playing at some point in time.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
But I mean, to be completely honest, I feel like if these Pendulum Monsters are stuff that you have to play from your hand, I feel like it's kind of going to be a neg 1.
Because then you have to like switch up your decks and stuff
Yeah,
like
like
that.
you have to switch up your deck, and I feel like especially with decks like Bujins and Fire Fist, especially with Fire Fist because you can play a 60-card deck, there's kind of room where you can put in these Pendulum Monsters, I guess, if they don't belong to the extra deck. But, I mean, it's still a neg 1, essentially. And with Bujins, there's absolutely no room. There's no way that you will have room.
So
Ooh,
now let's talk about what is in extra deck.
So if it's in the extra deck, I think it'll be interesting to play because, you know, with 15 cards in your extra deck, it'll actually, like, you'll actually have to play cards that you'll make. You can't have that situational card like, I'm playing Mind Control, so I have Zen Mains, or I have Stardust in case of an emergency, because a lot of players actually do play Stardust in case of an emergency. I feel like so the rest of these Pendulum Monsters, they essentially do the same thing. They protect themselves, and they have monster and spell effects, which are actually really interesting.
You just take them down like artifacts.
Oh, artifacts I don't feel like will be good simply because they don't have an out to something like like something that would spam the field.
That's obviously our TCG good.
Yeah, I mean, like in the TCG, what we like to do is we either like to have one huge beater that nobody can get over, or we have a bunch of monsters that are impossible to get over.
And multiple
that's gonna be our
beaters.
TCG exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, if we get like a TCG exclusive, or this is only affecting the OCG, then this will be fine. But this is most likely going to affect the TCG. So, why don't you guys tell us how you feel? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell us what you want to see next in the next discussion. This is Noah and the people from Team 1 Inch signing out.
Peace.